Welcome to 50 Plus Home and Gardening. It's January, it's very cold. I don't want to be outside, so this is the time to get things done inside the house. I have a few projects before February hits and it's going to get spring and I'm not going to want to be inside anymore. So let's get these things done.
During January, it's a good time to repaint things. This was a white shelf that I painted green. Let's see if I can get a little bit more detail. I painted it dark, so I wanted to look warm, cozy, inviting. Everything is the same, so I'm going to redecorate it and put it back together. But it was a white background with my green bedroom, and I wanted it to match this color. So I painted this green as well as the shelves. So I'm going to put it back together and see what we come up with.
Boy, that is just so full looking. So these are all the things that this is my bookcase. Jeffrey has one in the other bedroom. So I have a storage box, and one of them is just for ribbons and crafty things, and I just push it back. And so you see how neat that fits in there. Pretty little box. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a box on the side. And then this other one is full of all material. So I just push that back. And then I have another box that I have on the bed, and this is just for miscellaneous. So here's all the miscellaneous. This is the cloth and crafts. And I've got them, and then there's a nice little, that can hide things too. That's just a pretty box. And then I have Kleenex on the side just so I can grab easily, but they don't really show up. But then this next one is all my favorite books. Purpose Driven Life, Christmas Advent, there's gardening, there's eating right, there's pretty crafty things. And I like these kind of things. I cut this, the last time I had it up just straight, but I cut them up so I could put them in different places. A basket full of things that I want to grab easily and handy. Another picture that's hidden just for us. These are where I have a bunch of special books that are kind of small. A lot of my David Austin Rose books are in there. That's in the garden. So I could have, if I get a bunch of pack of seeds, like I got my Johnny seeds out because I just received them, but I can put a bunch of seeds in there. It says garden. And then there's another basket that I made when I was pregnant. And this is good for storing. I could even put these seeds in it. So boom, they're gone. Okay, more pictures that are special to me. There's an Anne of Green Gables series and some other series that I like. My Bible is handy. These books are all home and decorating ideas, garden books, cookouts, a lot of pretty things. And there's a fun little hanging cat, which is really cute. This is like my daughter's corner. And this is the hedgehog, which I gave to my husband Jeff because he's just a funny character. I have the Tales of Peter Rabbit, the whole series, and a girlfriend of mine, Anne, made this Sarah out of dough. I cannot believe it. She was probably 1 when she made that, and it's still here. Made out of bread dough. More Sarah, and this is her foot and hand. And my husband made that little, it's like a potpourri kind of a deal. And I just put this book out. I may be able to put different books out just for display. It's kind of fun. Cottage style, because I was just looking through that, so I had that on display, but I can easily put it back in this. This is all the books on home decorating and things like that. And I have this favorite teapot. I don't really use it, but I think it's really pretty. And then there's Jeff and me when we were younger. Some more beautiful garden books. And a stencil pillow that I made a long time ago. Probably one of my first crafts. And binoculars, and this is a Boy Scout handbook that is really fun to look through. And then this is my great-grandfather and Jeff's dad doing some manly things. Look at them, aren't they He-Men? Are you kidding me? This is so cool. And some of my favorite books. This is Flower Fairy book, Virginia. things about Virginia, and this George Washington book, Rules for Civility, which he wrote this book when he was 15, so that tells you something about that generation. And my favorite book, storybooks, are The Little House on the Prairie. Those are my very favorites. And you can't not look at these David Austin Rose books. If you order from them, they give you these beautiful handbooks, and I have several of them, and they're different sizes, but these square ones were all the same size. Here's some other David Austins. They're not quite the same size, so I couldn't put it out, but it's more rectangle. Oh, they're so, see how it's different size, but I like that book, square book size. And the one behind it is really pretty. Isn't that pretty? So you could have that out for fall. Sometimes I display books because they just have a pretty cover. But this is great Valentine's look. You know, you could put that like that. You know, country style. Oh, isn't that pretty? You know, stuff like that. And then, of course, Proven Winners. They have a beautiful book with beautiful fronts. And that's another Proven Winners. So I have a lot of good garden books. I have a lot of good boxes. Isn't that a pretty box? My mother made that box, and it opens up at the top. And she also made this box. They could have secrets. You could put your keys in it or something like that. And then up here, I don't know if you can still see, but this is where the light is. See, there's lights up there that light up this whole thing. I can see it, but in this video, it doesn't show up very well. So my husband photographed that tea, and I just always liked that picture, so I like that. It's me and him when, oh, I don't know when that was. It's a while back. And there's Nero. And I have some great faux flower arrangements. This is just out of a book that I had, Paradise Lost or something like that. It's just so pretty. The neat setting. And there we are, so young. I don't remember. So Sarah looks like she's probably 7 or 8. Oh my goodness. And then there's Jeff and Jack. This is from Magnolia Collection. I had it in the dining room, and then I couldn't fit it because I put something else. So anyways, but that looks good in this corner. So let's see if I can go back and just kind of show you. Let's see, it's just a little bit of plant. I like little plant material, some hanging plant stuff coming down. And I like this. I'm not sure what that's called, but they look like something maybe out in the wild. I have some right here. And you can't barely see them, but I have a bunch that I stuffed in there. And just some fun little fake flowers, because, you know, it's dark. Once in a while, I'll put a pot, it needs a little care, and I'll put it right in the front, but it really doesn't get a lot of sun right here. So you have to kind of do fake imagination. I like this. It's a little bit wild, but it's orderly. And then the last step, so I painted all that green in the background, so it kind of makes the background go away. But then the bottom, it's the last step. So I have a bunch of canned tomatoes that I did, and that is still white. See that background? And I wanted to do this separate because I didn't want to destroy my whole house by putting all the stuff. I mean, because look at all the stuff. I had to put it everywhere while I was painting, and it was a lot of stuff. So I decided, well, let's do it in 2 parts. So this part is just kind of where I keep my extra large things, sewing stuff, all of my tomatoes, which is not really pretty, but if you have it orderly, it can look pretty good. This is just a can full of Christmas. I may or may not get rid of it. This is Epsom salts. It's just a plain container. I put a few pillows in here. My sewing machine, I could put that away, but I use it a lot. So I'll kind of organize this, but I'm going to paint it green. And so it makes it, maybe it'll disappear a little bit more. Kind of like these. You see how that green kind of makes things kind of, they're in the background more. All right, so I finally finished the bottom. I decided to paint the trim or the kickboard green also, and that kind of makes it disappear. And so I just have a basket that I made a long time ago in Hawaii when I was pregnant with my daughter, and a sewing basket. And I decided this canning, what am I going to do with this? I wanted to store it here because it's nice and cool on the floor, but I just put some cloth of an old dress that I had, and I didn't wear it, and so I cut it up and I just made it kind of sort of matches the color of the green. It has a little bit of green in it. So I think we're finished with our project.
Closet number 2 that I'm going to work on is in the bedroom also. This was just painted white when we got here. I never did do this one, but all of my trim color is, let me see if I can get you close. I'm not sure if you can see the tone, but it's sort of a cream. And this is cream, if you can see that. So I painted it all cream, so I want that to be cream. And I'm also going to paint these cream, and then I'm going to put some lace on it to make it kind of look a little pretty. This is just a closet that we put a bunch of our clothes in, but I like my closets to look good. So I'm going to take everything out and do the same thing. January is a great time to paint inside while it's just raining, snowing.
And we're gonna fix this to straighten it up just a little bit. You can see that these are a little bit cockeyed, so I kind of wanted to bring it up. We'll straighten that out. And then I think I'm gonna put lace and contact paper on it because this is kind of porous, and I don't really like the way my clothes feel on this. I feel like, you know, after this gets old, this would be on my clothes dusty. I don't know, it just feels kind of creepy. So at least a bit of contact paper, you can wipe it off. So you can see top to bottom is cream, just like this. And then these shelves are white because they're contact paper. This is looking good. The only thing I have left to do is the lace.
I painted this cabinet too, also green. It's the same color of green that I have in the bedroom, and the blue is in another bedroom that I have. I actually kind of like it. This sort of looks like a cabinet instead of just kitchen, whatever. It was white, just like these, which I like. It's nice. A lot of people would go, why would you change it? Change of pace. I'm actually gonna maybe someday, not this year, but I want to put like bricks instead of stone. I don't like the stone. Doesn't suit me. A lot of people may like that, but that's not my thing. I like bricks. So I like that Williamsburg kind of look. The stones are, So anyways, we'll probably redo this. I don't know. It could be 5 years, 10 years, but every year I kind of think of something I can do in January. So the cabinet was white, just like that. And then you come over here and you've got green. I like it. It has a warm, cozy, inviting look. I finished those. And these were silver. And we painted them, the handles black. So I like those two. That really makes it kind of very contrasty. So see, these are black. I'm not sure if the color is going to be right in this video. It's a little bit of a blue-green, which I really, really love. But black handles, I really like the fact that we changed that. It looks very dramatic. Even on these white, they were silver, but we painted them all black. So look at that. I think the black and the white looks really good.
All right, another thing I did in this room is, ta-da, I had this broke on the move to this house. I've had this was my very first Christmas present from Jeff. We had not been married, we were just dating. And the very first year that we had a Christmas, he gave me this, he made this. It was just a little shelf, and it had a mirror in it, and the mirror broke, and we had that mirror and this thing forever and ever. It did break once. I think there's a crack right here, and we glued it together at another house. You know, military, we move a lot, so but this move, it really did bad. It broke the mirror, plus this was cracked in half. And it was a tragedy. I thought, oh, I don't want to get rid of it because I've had it for so long and I would like to keep it. So I put some of my Williamsburg material that I had extra and I just put some cardboard and I glued it to the back. So you kind of get a little bit of design. There's not any curtains in this room. So you have these turquoise lamps. So they kind of go. So you got that Williamsburg, and that's like a magnolia. And they use that a lot in the colonial design. That you can't get that design anymore. So whatever I have, that's I try to keep every piece. But I can decorate this any way I want. It's nice to finish projects in your house. January is a good time to do it.
So keep moving, keep gardening, and stay creative. And I'll see you next time.